Hey, 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 beautiful people. Welcome back to Spilling the Tea with Astrology. 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 And witchy wisdom. Today it is, what the hell are we at? Oh, wow, 11 o'clock in the morning. So I've been doing videos. I'm switching over from nighttime videos to daytime videos. Took a couple of days off for some R&R. With definitely having some difficulties doing the nighttime videos, so I need to switch it around to do daytime videos. So I closed the curtain behind me, as you can see. Not that I don't know if you care, but you know. So today we're going to talk about basically the title of this video will be Caught Feelings for a Taurus. Here's what you need to know. So, caught feelings for a Taurus. Taurus is a very, my husband was a Taurus, but I can't speak, wow. My husband was a Taurus, and I loved it. Taurus is very easy to love. They're usually quiet and down to earth. People say they're stubborn because they're a bull, as that's their sign is a bull, and they're a fixed sign. And they are stubborn to some degree, but depending on your other planets around it, I mean, with my husband, he wasn't that stubborn. We got along really well, and there's rarely any arguments. And that's how it should be with a Taurus. Taurus is calm, mild, easygoing, and they are usually the rock you lean on because they're strong, strength. They're an earth sign. They're a fixed earth sign, you know? And so they're like the rock you lean on when the world is crazy and everything's wrong. That's the one person that just keeps you put together, kind of. I mean, I know you're not supposed to like lean on people and need people, but with a Taurus, they like to be needed. A Taurus man, I'm gonna go with that at least. We'll start with that. I'm pretty sure a Taurus woman likes to be needed also. But a Taurus man is very stereotypical, and he kind of likes the damsel in distress thing, where he feels like he can help you. A lot of dating books used to say, back in the day, they would say, ask him for help moving, and if he helps you, then he feels like he's kind of being romantic, and it's his way of showing off that he's the man. So a lot of men do have that thing going on where they feel like if they help you, it's a perfect lead into how you get them involved in a relationship. So if you know of one that you're interested in, definitely ask them to help you with something. And that usually sparks off and starts off a good relationship with them. I'm not saying to be a constantly needy, helpless child for the entire relationship. I'm saying ways to win them over. So to get them to your house in the first place, so you can get warmed up in the first place, definitely ask, can you hang my lights? I'm asking somebody to hang my lights today, so so that's funny. So Tauruses are warm, inviting, easygoing, helpful. Definitely the rock in which you lean upon. They're good with finances. They usually make good money. They are about money. They usually are chasing the money, which isn't always the way to live your life. Is kind of the old-fashioned terms on which you lived your life. Work hard, make money versus do a little less, make a little more. With internet kind of things that people are doing nowadays. Internet jobs such as this. My husband probably wouldn't have been excited for me to do this for money. He would have never, this isn't going to work, you're crazy, and whether it may work, whether it may not work, I'm having fun. So why not give it a try? Why not enjoy it? So I'm going to be here for a couple of months at the very least. So, Taurus, what else? They like to eat. They are very much of the five senses. Beautiful things to look at with their eyes. So they do probably like a neat home. Beautiful things on the ears. They do enjoy classical music and some of the relaxing, gentle sounds of rain music that help you fall asleep. Things like that. That's definitely a Taurus. So these are things to, incorporate maybe into your into your life with the Taurus. I'm mostly talking about a Taurus man, but I mean Taurus women as well. They definitely like to eat, and it doesn't mean they're fat. That just means they enjoy good food. They're a foodie. Whatever they put into them is excellent. It's not just some garbage. You know what I'm saying? They're very choosy about what they eat, which is what a fucking foodie is. So a woman is a foodie just as much as a man. So a traditional out to dinner date is happening for a Taurus, or male or female, or masculine or feminine. Definitely likes good food. Take them to a good restaurant, and you definitely starting to win them over at that point. Let's see. Wow. Back to eating good. If you're a good cook, you will be appreciated, obviously, to the Taurus, male or female. They are usually themselves good cooks because they're a foodie. Back to being foodies. They really are like just so about what they eat. They're very particular and very, they're your food critic. They're your food critic. So yeah, definitely another good job that you would not necessarily, you would see a Taurus as a food critic, actually, depending on their other placements. Of course, everything always depends on your other placements, which is what I was trying to get at in my other videos. Taurus is also being an earth sign more than any other sign, like to garden, because they like food. So they're definitely food people. But what you wouldn't expect, even men are flower people. Flower and vegetable gardens in their yard is what they really go for. That's the kind of thing they are. A lot of the people who are in the farming industry, a lot of the farming industry was handed down, but the ones who love what they do in farming and agriculture are definitely Tauruses. They're about the animals. They're about, gardening, and not gardening, I guess, it's farming, where you're planting all your seeds, you're rowing your hoes, and you're doing what you're supposed to do. Rowing your hoes, okay? That's what you're supposed to be doing. If you're a farmer, I think, but I don't know. Oh, okay. Let's see. So, Tauruses are usually not very active, depending on their other charts that are in other signs that are in their charts, just like everything. But the typical, stereotypical Taurus is pretty sedentary and doesn't really like to do too much exercise. That's not a good or a bad thing. That's just a thing. They're usually homebodies. I think I don't think I've ever saw a Taurus that wasn't a homebody. Really enjoy staying home. But the benefits of staying home with a Taurus, let me tell you, they can cook like $1 million if you're into food, which I think to some degree everybody's into food. You know what I'm saying? How to win a person's heart over really food. A little Palo Santo to clean out the room, to clean out the energy, the big bad energy. Woo, woo. So Tauruses like to garden. That is the thing they like to do. Landscaping, being outside, male or female. Definitely an earthy sign. Build sandcastles, get your hands dirty kind of a thing. Yeah, back to them not being really outgoing and being a homebody. For me, it was wonderful because that homebody paid attention to all five senses. He cleaned, he made it beautiful to look at. He cooked, he made everything delicious. And the sex was out of this world. There's no one who is better in bed than a Taurus. A Taurus wants to satisfy you. They say Scorpio, which is the opposite, which is what I am. It's the best in bed. But they're good at receiving. I don't know so much about it. Taurus is, on the same timeline with them. Taurus, Scorpio. Taurus is good at giving. They're a very giving person. They're the giver versus the taker. And I will say that I think the Scorpio is the taker. Taurus is a feminine sign. Maybe that's why they're the giver. I mean, I know that's a thing when they say the feminine energies are more of the giving energies and the masculine energies are more of the taker energies. So in our relationship, he was more of the giver, no doubt, all the way. But most Tauruses I've dealt with in general have been the giver. In that way, they've been very financially stable, and my husband also made enough money, not enough that we can live the high life, but so that I can stay home with my children, which we both thought was a really important thing. And they turned out darn ass well, so I'm glad that I did do the stay-at-home mom thing, you know. I need to bring a drink with me next time. This is some bullshit. Taurus women, Taurus men for clothing, definitely like the name brand. So they have less clothes, but all of the clothes they do have, they keep perfectly in their name brand, and they take care of them like gold. They definitely want to look good, but when they look good, they're definitely like being a lot of the earth signs are the same way. Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, very much about the name brand and will look, you know, just so. Some of these are the type of people who iron their socks, you know, Virgo. I'm just saying. But they always want to look good. They have the latest, you know, it's got the right label on the shirt, the right label on the pants or the shorts, the right label on the shoes. And so they don't end up with a ton, I don't know what that was. They don't end up with a ton of clothes, like where I'm opposite as a Scorpio. I'm not really into like a designer label, although this is LuLaRoe, and I don't know how designer LuLaRoe really is, but technically it kind of is. But I have more clothes, less quality, so I buy a lot of things that are just from thrift shops or marketplace, and I put a lot of outfits together. And I've got a ton of clothes that I won't get rid of. Whereas a Taurus is very minimalist. They have just so many clothes, male or female, but they're all in excellent condition. I'm going to have to pull some more things out of my ass about Taurus men and women, how to win them over. I think the whole video will be how to, have you caught feelings for a Taurus, male or female? Here's what you need to know. Because I did include both the male and female in this one. Taurus also likes texture, and like for the last thing, they like to feel things and smooth things. So there is is it a mellow pillow? I forgot what it's called. Oh, I have to ask my kid, but there's these little stuffed animals in a square shape of a pillow, and if you touch it, oh my God, it's the softest, fuzziest, velvety feel you've ever felt. So Taurus is about touch, and if you're wearing a fuzzy jacket, they're likely to go like this. They enjoy the touch of it. But they like to touch and be touched, and that is one of their love languages. So they're definitely the type who's like, you know, into back rubs, giving and receiving, because again, touch. Back to one of the senses. I do realize I skipped that one. They are all about their senses. They're very sensual, which is very different than sexual. Even though they give and they're awesome in the bedroom, maybe the reason is because they're sensual. They enjoy all five senses to the fullest, which is almost hedonistic, but it is what it is. So, all right, I think that's what I got for you today. So if you like my content, if you like my vibe at all, please subscribe. Please subscribe. If you're on my Facebook, head over to your YouTube account, because you can't subscribe from Facebook, which is so frustrating. But you can't like, you can't comment from Facebook. You have to go directly to the channel. So I'm hoping you guys are going to the channel for me. Going to the channel and you're gonna get married. Going to the channel and we're gonna get married. No, too much, too soon. No. All right. Oh, what's that? Right. Oh, any donations are definitely appreciated. I do have links to my donation, Cash App, and PayPal in the description. I do psychic readings, which are done without cards. I channel things just come out of my mouth, and you're like, well, where does that come from? And I'm like, I don't know, man, but it's really cool. You know, definitely can talk to your dead loved ones. Definitely can get spirit guides, advice and guidance on everything. So I think this is about to shut off. Thank you for being with me. And let me just bring us out if we still have time. It's not doing that great today, but thanks for being with me. Enjoy your Taurus.